we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. A&M set to kick off to christen this game. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense will get first crack at it today. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick, bringing it back.
This team is an underdog for a reason, but you talk about getting off to a hot start, creating some belief. First drive, and you force a turnover. This team's now going to have some juice, some momentum, some energy, and if they're going to pull the upset, that's exactly what they need.
They'll operate out of split backs. Hand off from the shotgun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I like the job by this defense. Seeing the play action, reading it, reacting to run, then you got to convert to a pass rush. They do a really good job of it. Get to the quarterback and hit him as he's throwing the football.
Swings it out to his running back. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cameron. Ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Mississippi State going up tempo. Looking downfield on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it along the sideline. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down. They'll go up top on second and short. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. And the Bulldogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Now from inside the red zone. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Making side adjustments here. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Give to the running back. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving them, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Got his man to the left. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking to throw on first down. They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blow.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First run of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The Bulldogs will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Catch in the middle. It's Cameron. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Anytime the ball goes in the air towards him, I feel like it's his. Like, there are no 50-50 balls. He just makes plays, game after game, play after play, and you see him featured in this offense for a reason. He's one of the best in the country, not just at the wide receiver position, period. This guy's in the Heisman Trophy conversation as a receiver.
Got his man downfield. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now.
I don't think anybody expected this true freshman to jump in the scene here in college football and just explode the way he has. He has been making big plays week in and week out, and that's why this true freshman is square in the middle of the discussion when you're talking about Heisman Trophy.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Grab near the sticks. It's York. And he's brought down after a nice game. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Get it out on the screen. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. New set of downs after the completion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it! They will score! Touchdown, Bulldog!
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-3. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the air on first down. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy...
Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him. But
got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies.
Number 20.
Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Cameron. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And I tell you what, all this spread offense, man, it's really accentuated receivers in so many different shapes and sizes. But this guy, they're going to...
Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side. Mississippi State right back to the line.
You don't see a ton of wide receivers come in as true freshmen and just take over the game and be the best player on the field. Man, he's done that as a true freshman. It's been amazing to watch, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy hunt as a receiver, which is not a normal thing. So it kind of shows you what kind of potential he has. He can win it as a freshman. He can win it as a sophomore. Shoot, he can win it as a junior. This guy has unbelievable talent.
Looking to throw. He's got it on the move. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable. See, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Makes the catch. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cameron. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. The sure hands, it's Cameron. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that's why he's in the Heisman discussion.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of...
Throws toward the end zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. Off-play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in, it's Thomas. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. A&M comes back out with another first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Mississippi State going up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. He lets one fly deep. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Wants to fire on second down. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. They punted away on fourth down. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. They'll move the wide receiver. Caught behind the line. It's York. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Catch in the middle, it's Cameron. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down. He turns that loose down the right side. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got him in the flat. They'll immediately call timeout.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tagged.
To the air on second down. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some...
Lofts one high and deep. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Mississippi State.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. From the gun. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. And the Bulldogs backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. To the air on first down. That one comes out hot down the right side. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Offense gets set for second down. Off play action. Under fire. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. They're
breaks into the open. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Deep shot for the end zone. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Unloads it left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Trying to beat the D deep. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield.
Well, if you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving yards.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to throw again. He's got him. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Got a man. It's York. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be...
A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Mississippi State right back to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it set up on the outside. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. The Bulldogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Mississippi State, 42, Texas A&M.
Looking for blockers. And he loses the football on the return. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Because of the big collisions on kickoff team, you don't see a lot of that in practice. You don't do that because you don't want to get each other hurt. A lot of open field, big collisions, big forced fumble, big momentum play created.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. They'll try the run. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Looking to fire. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now and again.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him, too.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Takes the easy one to the back. He is not going to get there. Stop short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So 1st down will open up the final period. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Fires left. Trying to find the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Mississippi State. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Red pass, it's complete. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Aggies come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Sets up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. And it slips just inside that right upright. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And they cut into this lead a little bit, but, man, it's still a huge deficit. And they're going to need their defense to get a stop in this 4th quarter and get them the ball back quickly, still down by a good bit of points.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Snagged in the middle. It's York. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Now the toss. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It's complete. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Mississippi State going up tempo.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top. This time on target. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got it inside got enough space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And the Aggies have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Leaves it with the running back. At the 45, on its way. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Right on the money. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.